We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the second quarter of the continuation of the trilogy. But the first quarter, in my opinion, has been the most exciting of them all because of how we've had 9 quarters. The first quarter has been the most exciting of them all because both of the players have shown us what they are actually made of. It is the best that I've seen Ibra do. It is also some of the best shots that I've seen from Cesar in this trilogy. Those last two shots in the last frame are still having the crowd here in jubilation, especially the Cesar fans. And it will take a man with a brave heart to remain having your A game on even after a clearance like the one Cesar has just perfected as he was concluding that last quarter. I want to see what Ibra can do, especially with Cesar's game now on and on for real. I normally like to say that there comes a time in races like this one, long races like this one, when Cesar makes himself a little bit unplayable. And yet this one is seeming like another of those clearances that Cesar normally makes most of the time by Apple. Once again, the guy is seeming to start from exactly where he did stop at the end of the first quarter. The easy roll of the black ball to the corner pocket closest to your screen on the right. Just like this. No prizes for guessing. And I think a little bit faulty from our statistics team. Updated statistics are coming your way, but Ibra has not yet updated his break. Something that is really lacking in his game is a good break. Ibra has so far had 6 breaks out of 12 games. Out of 11 games, he has had 6 breaks. Out of 12, he has had 6 breaks. 5 of the breaks have been dry. The one time that he has had a fair break, the one time that he has had a ball potted in a break, is the only time that he has had a green apple. And yet he is having dry breaks exactly against the wrong opponent, who is playing as if he's not won any of the first 2 races that he has had against Ibra. As if he has even a point to prove today. Starting to bully his opponent. Sometimes Cesar can be a bully. He is attempting to win a 4th game in a row with 1 visit of the table. Something that is seen very, very rarely. He's now making a little bit of complicated stuff seem so effortless. He's attempting to become totally rampant and dominant, self-imposing himself on his opponent. Up against the black for the first time with 1 visit of the table makes it look easy. Once again, the break torments Ibra. Not having a polished break when taking on an opponent this good, as this guy wearing the blue, is absolutely risky. For someone that did start watching this match with the last 4-5 games, he's seeing someone playing against himself, because it has been all Cesar in 4 games, and yet seemingly in a 5th it could be a one visit of the table from the guy that is nicknamed the Scorpion, either breaking to finish or Ibra breaking for Cesar to finish. And normally when his performances start to become like this, his fans are inevitably involved in the action, chanting his name all over the way. They turn the ambience into their own. They restrict the fans of their opponent to mere spectators who are not involved in the match at all, besides looking at what is happening, especially by the opponent. Another one visit clearance. Game number 5, won by one visit of the table once again by Cesar Chandiga, who now has and those are now the updated statistics. Look at the dry breaks column, with Ibra on 6 dry breaks compared to 1, and yet he has lost 8 games, because Cesar has had 6 single visit clearances of the table, 2 green apples and 4 red apples, all because of Ibra's bad breaking. 1 dry break for Cesar only. We've had only 1 foul in this match. Sorry, we have had no fouls at all, apart from on the break when it happened, 1 also by Ibra. He has this rather tricky shot to play. Try and put either to the center pocket or corner pocket, bottom. He must make sure. With the slow shot, white ball remains naturally at around that place. He gets the shot all wrong. All wrong, all unaccepted, and all unforgivable. Especially when your opponent is Cesar. Make sure you utilize the chances that you get. I come to realize he probably wanted to put that red ball by the bank to that pocket where there is black, maybe off Cesar's yellow. This match, this race, is starting to be turned into a Scorpion show, unless Ibra polishes his game, especially the break. I want to say that in the first half, in the first quarter, the first 10 games, I love what I saw, what I watched of Ibra. Apart from the break, the rest of the executions were top notch. But since then, as if he's being overcome by Cesar's performances. Sometimes when your opponent is playing so good, that could be enough for you to have your game affected, because this game is played fast in the mind. Sometimes it's not easy when you know that every time you leave a game pending, your opponent will just come and finish. Every time you don't put a ball, every time you have a dry break, like Cesar is treating Ibra to right now. By the way, it is the first time that Cesar in 5 games has played a shot which is not potted in 5 games, because he has won all 5 using 1 visit of the table. That one will be the first super technical shot of the game from Ibra. A total snooker. Maybe even the direct angles are snookered, probably. Maybe not. White ball hidden behind the black so perfectly well. Cesar finds the yellow. Where will the white rest? It is tricky. Ibra is in sight of one red, which is not easily potted. Maybe could go for the center pocket, but movement of the white ball becomes a little bit difficult for the next red, which will be the last red, let alone potting, which is also not all that obvious. The passage of the red ball to the corner pocket now bottom left is affected by the presence of Cesar's yellow. Ibra will most likely be going for the center pocket. He goes for the back. Actually, he went for another technical shot. Hide white ball behind the black. Shot doesn't pay off this time round because Cesar, I believe, has sight of one of his yellows. Actually, he's not. That's why he's asking umpire Farid Nachiride to play off the cushion. The umpire seems to be in consonance. Cesar is playing a massive shot here. Carving white ball around the black. Will he find the yellow? No, he doesn't. But off the cushion, he does. That shot can only be affected if Cesar hadn't communicated to the umpire that he is totally snookered. Now that he did, after playing off the cushion, all he needs is to find any of his balls, and it wouldn't matter if after contacting his yellow it did touch the cushion or not. That's a legal shot, but it's advantage Ibra in this one. It's not yet an insurmountable lead for Ibra, for Cesar. He's still catchable. That he needs to lower his playing level, and also Ibra to up in his playing level. The clearances, I'm pretty sure he's very good at them, Ibra. What I'm not so sure is the break. This one will go down as one of those. Ibra wins a first. Every time that you have such a kind of break, it becomes very worrying for Ibra, but very promising for Cesar. I will say there is no single bad ball, especially the yellows. On table, he will clearly be going for the yellows, leave alone the fact that he's trying to play on our minds a little bit, as if aiming for the red. I wouldn't think he would even. Oops, guy is going for red. That's a little bit tricky. He's giving himself a little of difficulty. I think he just saw that there was no realistic chance of him potting a. Oh, something I didn't realize is that it seemingly was a foul. Because am I getting my act wrong? Am I getting my game reading wrong? He's now on the yellows. That one is another that is seemingly being won this time so cheaply by Cesar. Very good break. Good split of the balls. This one will be the probably most difficult of the shots that Cesar is playing in this game, but the most important. Most difficult for the fact that white ball is so close to the cushion for Cesar's liking. But yes, white ball was almost frozen. Ibra doesn't believe his luck. He must punish Cesar when such opportunities come his way, because they will not come so many. In the meantime, you can please visit the betting session of the ATA website where you're watching from. Then predict the winner of this match. One of you will be winning $30 after predicting the correct score. Please proceed and make predictions. And also, if you did predict the first two races, you can also, you are still in with a chance to try and win $300. The money that will be won by one person, only one fan, only one viewer, who will get the scores of the three matches right. But for this match, one of you will walk away with $30. Something that could be conducted live if more than one person do get it right. The $30 will be only for one person. Same to the 300 for predicting the actual scores of all three races. This one will be a second in a row that will be won by Ibra. His fans are starting to get a little bit energized, to get a little bit in the mood to clap when the black is spotted, because they have won a game for the second time. From the break after 15 games are played, it is Cesar 8 and Ibra 7. Game on. Taking himself in trouble in one moment and recovering himself from that trouble the very next moment. This is poetry in motion from the guy that is nicknamed the Scorpion. Prizes for guessing what is about to come next. 7 reds. It is an opportunity he didn't see coming. This is how Cesar got himself fouled. And while he got the black playing off the cushion, it wasn't meant to be for report. Ibra must. To make Roxbury happy, to make himself happy, and his family and his friends try to equalize against Cesar in this very exciting match today at Addis Sport in Chireka, to redeem himself, to win a race against Cesar, a long race for the very first time in his career. It has been 3 defeats to Ibra by Cesar in the money matches, the first one being last year at Beverly Hills in Kampala. 21-18 it did end, and yet other 2 races have happened earlier this week. Both victories for Cesar, both with the same score, both at the same venue, both 21-15. Some tempting shot. Ibra playing the middle red first. By connection, the white ball will open up naturally the other 2 reds. Maybe it is a shot he's contemplating. Yes. Maybe I read his mind, because the white ball naturally opens up the other 2 reds. Does exactly that. And yes, it is beautiful shooting from the guy that is nicknamed the Little Magician. Yes, he has gotten his groove back. The beauty with the experience, the beauty with being a talented player yourself, that despite the magic that your opponent may be producing, you may be unfazed. You continue playing your own game. That is one thing I've admired about Ibra today. And Cesar knows, and Cesar's fans know, those who are at the venue and those who are watching online, that this one 9 times out of 10 is most likely to be Ibra equalizing against Cesar. Just there's a little drag effect on the white ball, ensuring that after it bounces off the cushion, it doesn't move a very big distance, such that he has a perfect one for the black. Backspin in vertical direction. He could go for the corner pocket, he could go for the center pocket, but he's aiming for the corner pocket and is on target. Once again, we have an equalizer here on the table by the red and the green apples that Cesar has so far, which are totaling to 6. And yet Ibra has only 2. That means that for the games that both players have had several turns on the table, have been dominated by Ibra. Cesar is leading because of the apple effect. Ibra is down because of the dry, is not leading because of the dry break effect. I'm not saying that Cesar is leading, but the games that he has won. There we go. I hold fancy. I'm not so certain. There is passage of the red ball in a straight.
5-8-L, 4-5-8-C.
Ibra is getting his confidence back.
37-8T. Kindly come and help us.
One more big shot, but for a player of this level, it will be so ordinary. Moving the white ball toward the top of the table. The rest, I like to say, is a formality. Simply rolling the yellow ball to the corner pocket top left of your screen. White ball, as he puts, naturally moves towards him, getting accurate white for the black, just like he has right now. Ibra versus the black to regain the lead. To get to 9 before Cesar, he now leads Ibra 9 and the Cesar 8. One of him when they faced off in the preliminaries. Cesar has also gotten a beating Ibra in the final in a short race and beating him quite comprehensively. The two they meet off in South Africa at the end of last year in the Holy Cup Championships in the second round. Race to 7, single life, ending 7-1, Cesar winning. Talk about the money match they did have at Beverly Hills last year. 21-18, Cesar winning, and also not forgetting the last two times they faced off early in the week. 21-15, Cesar winning both of those matches, making himself $4,000 richer, looking to make himself $2,000 even richer by winning this one tonight. But this time Ibra is proving a little bit more stubborn than he has been in the first two. He has to be more consistent. He has to regain his break. He has not to be nervy. He has to maintain his stance even when Cesar becomes unplayable. He has to learn how to recover something that he has done very well so far. I didn't believe when Cesar won 5 games in a row that at this time of the game it will be Ibra in the lead, and yet it is exactly what we are having now, and yet it's also exactly what we are about to experience. Ibra most probably going even another game higher. That will do. A simple pot of the ball, putting both yellow and black to the respective corner pockets, left and right respectively. He could also decide to use the white ball to open up the black if he fancies. Which is what he's done, and what he has done so perfectly and neatly and beautifully, taking a 2-game cushion for the first time in the match. For the first time, not for the first time, okay, second time, but it's Ibra now 10 and fun. That one will be the first dry break of the match from the season. Oops, he potted. It was actually Ibra's break, and I'm hoping I'm not getting my game down. Ibra is trying to demonstrate that he can give Cesar a taste of his own medicine by having a series of games when he seems to be playing at his own, winning game after game after game, using one visit of the table, utilizing misses, utilizing dry bricks, and utilizing fouls, but not like that. You can see the pity on the faces of some of the Ibra's fans. Some of the fans that did travel from Roxbury as our female umpire, Khadija. Khadija watches on, ensuring that no foul will go unseen. She warns Ibra that he before his next shot or else commit a time foul. As if the umpire's warning did affect Ibra a little bit, especially in terms of his concentration. Sometimes it's not so easy when you know that you have about 10 seconds to take a shot. Gets it wrong, misses, and gives Cesar a chance to pull one back. Something that Cesar normally welcomes with open arms. Every time it comes begging. And yet Cesar misses. Not a very bad way to miss. Not an easy way it was to connect those two yellows. Cesar's fans will be happy that there is the black ball right behind that pocket where there is Cesar's yellow packed. So for Ibra to negotiate how to win this game clearly, it will not come easy. That one is probably the biggest miss of the match so far. Unprecedented and unexpected. Advantage Cesar. And his spot, the venue where we are at today, is now full to capacity. If you're coming from home, you will probably watch this match from somewhere behind, but only standing. And yet even Cesar misses. Strange game this one. It is reminiscent of only the first maybe one or two games where there were so many misses between both players, with their levels of confidence not high enough. If Ibra wins one of the remaining two games, then he will be assured of going into the half-time lead, at least going to the half-time break, at least with the lead. And I don't think that it is something he has done in any of his battles so far. This time, producing magic when he needs to produce some magic. Banking his way to the center pocket using the white ball to open up the corner pocket where Cesar did have his ball. It is now Ibra's game to lose this one. The sad fan now has a smile on his face. That is the replay of a shot. And how about that one? Beautiful. Both imagination and the execution and deliverance. It is now 1, 2, 3, 4 reds, all of them in space. They simply need a player of a level of Ibra to simply move the white ball around beautiful enough, and then they go to 11. That one, this will make the second half even more interesting. Yes, it will. The beauty of winning a series of games in a row is that you become so confident in yourself. That is what Ibra is right now. The last 10 minutes, maybe last 15 minutes have been all Ibra. In the last 10 minutes, Cesar has been an onlooker, as Ibra has restricted him in this ongoing match. He's already in double figures and now has a 3-game lead. In games where every player gets a turn to play, a turn or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 each, he can also be very good. And yet he continues to prove that the break for now is not an issue. If Ibra finds a way of winning this frame, if he can make this clearance, if he can go to 12 before the break, because this is the last game before the end of the first half. If he can take a 4-game lead, I start to think that he is the new favorite for this match. The saying goes in English that he who laughs last laughs best. Ibra has a chance to have the best laugh, which will be the last laugh on Cesar. Before he plays one more match, Cesar, tomorrow, involved in the Uganda Pool League for his team Upper Volta, they will be visiting Portit in Kampala. And then on Monday, Cesar, together with Rashid Wagaba Dog City, powered by their management team, the Advanced Talent Agency, will be leaving Uganda for Morocco, where they will stay for some time, for some weeks, to participate in the Ultimate Pool for the very first time as a pair of Ugandans, and then also participate in the World Heibo Championships, which will also be held in the same city, Marrakesh, about 2 weeks later. So it wouldn't really make too much meaning for their management team to fly them back and then reapply for visas again and then go back for Heibo. Very tight schedule these guys are having. Ibra should be having his mind on the Grand Michana Open Championship coming up in December this year. $5,000 for the winner of a tournament in which he will be going back to participate in Nairobi as defending champion of the tournament that last year did have the biggest cash prize on the African continent. After this frame, we shall be having the second break of this match, and Ibra will be breaking a happier Ibra compared to what it was at the end of the first quarter, because Cesar won the last 2 frames with 1 visit over the table, coming from 3-5 down, and then he took us into the break very magically at 5-all, and then won the next 2 games. No, he won the next game after resuming the second half, and another, and yet we have now seen 6 in a row from the little magician, the guy that is inspecting the table right now. It is a match that his people, fans from near and far, Ibra, will be watching with anticipation right now. Here in the country of Uganda, fans of the sport of pool are so crazy about this sport that at Roxbury, where Ibra is, if Ibra finds a way of winning this match, as the match gets slower, it is becoming now more complicated. It has seen a change of guard, change of leadership, change of who has the more goals. The guy on table is the guy not yet in double figures. He is on 8. His opponent is already in double figures. He is on 11. How well will this fight be? How good? For as long as Cesar can see his yellow, it will be good enough. While Ibra's fans will make a little intimidating chance, I want to think that this one will be okay for Cesar. Could go for the center pocket, could go for the corner pocket, top left of your screen. Seems it's the one he's going for. Yes, we are. It's a pot of the black and the white ball. Loss of frame by Cesar. The exact opposite of the way he did end the first quarter is how he has ended the second quarter. Because right now, 7 games have been won in a row by Ibrahim Sejjemba, to the effect that he has a 4-game lead. It is Ibrahim Sejjemba 12 and Cesar Chandiga 8.
Ibrahim, your 4-6.